Hello, friends. So, if you have been wondering where I come from here. Yes, here where I'm standing, I come from Mitoma. You see, it's a very beautiful place. Right now, I'm at my parents' house. Mitoma is a beautiful place. If you have never been here, please come and visit us. In fact, visit the whole of Bushenyi. I mean, Greater Bushenyi, the one that we call Greater Bushenyi. The Bushenyi that was before it was divided into these small districts and they made it sub-counties, now districts. So the whole of Greater Bushenyi, come and visit us. Bushenyi has very hardworking people. We have good people, good farmers. If you want supply of matoke to supply the entire country, you can come and trade with us. We can provide you with enough matoke to even export. Come to Bushenyi. Every part of Bushenyi has its own blessing. We have Mother Nature. If you want to go to Chitagata, you can go and see the Chitagata hot springs. If you want to invest in tea, go to Chamuhunga. People down in Tianga, they've started growing rice, everything you need as long as it comes from the ground. You can come to Bushenyi and you trade in it. Of course, you have other things. You have like Bushikweju people who mine gold. What can I say? Just come to Bitoma, come to Bushenyi and see wonderful people. When you're coming, don't forget to come with development. If you can just come with developmental ideas, you will be well received. It's a beautiful place. I like it. But when you're coming to Bushenyi, there's something you will not see. I've told you what you will see. You will see wonderful plantations, well-kept banana plantations. You will see good farmers who raise cattle and you feel like, I think I should just carry this cattle on my head and just take it. Very good people who are good at taking care of what the Lord has gifted them with. But one thing you will not see in Bushenyi, you will not find elevators. You know, elevators, these ones which take, like you stand on it and it takes you upstairs in a tall building. You won't find them. Some people call them escalators, others call them lifts. You will not find them in Bushenyi. So for people like me who grew up and studied in Bushenyi up to senior 6, when we moved to the city, that was my greatest fear. I feared taking, elevators. So I would go with my friends who were born in the city. And then when we go to this building, they would take elevators. For me, I would take the steps because I would be like, how would you stand on something? You don't know it's what controls it. And of course, one time I tried it and I got embarrassed. I screamed in the middle of the journey. So I said, I have my legs. I will always take elevators. So for the entire time when I was at the university, when I was working, every building I would go in, even if we are going to 10th floor, my friends will take the escalators or elevators. Me, I will take the stairs, and I was comfortable with it until the Lord opened the doors of heaven and blessed me with travel opportunities. So when I started traveling, I realized I needed to face my fear of elevators. Why? I would reach some places, especially airports, and I would find that the people who constructed them did not bear in mind villagers like me. And you'd find the only way you'll get to the spot where you are, to where you're going, is by using elevators. Oh my God, I used to fear. But I had to face that fear. And I got used to using elevators, escalators, lifts. Now I am a pro. When I came back, and now that I keep coming back and going forth, I became the ambassador of helping people address the effects of rural-urban migration. I help people. If you don't know how to cross the road and you're in Kampala, call me. I will help you cross the road when the cars are moving. If you don't know how to use elevators, call me. My latest client, one of my most recent clients, was from Isinjiro, some girl from Isinjiro. She had never been to the city. She came to Kampala and everything was overwhelming. And one time we were watching a movie together. I had forgotten my ministry of elevators. So she saw people using elevators. She said, Mommy, akonakachi. What is that? She didn't even know. She had never seen it. I said, don't worry. I took her to one of the malls. We had money for ice cream and juice. And I took her to the elevators and oriented her. The first time she took on, we stepped on it. I could see she thought we were going to die. And I'm like, I know what you're going through. I have been there. And so I made it my mission. In fact, if I was to begin a non-profit organization, another one apart from Love and Veiled Ministries, it would be a non-profit organization whose mission is to address the effects of rural-urban migration on individuals. Because people don't know that when you grow up in the village, the city can tease you and make you slow down your development process. So that's what I do. What I do is, having overcome the fear of elevators, now I am helping those who have the fear of elevators to overcome it. In the Bible, in the book of Luke chapter 22, verse 31 and 32, there is a very big and important conversation that Jesus had with Peter. To Peter, that was I think that was one of those heart-to-heart conversations with Jesus. And this is what it says, Luke 22, verse 21, 31 and 32. Jesus told Peter and said, Simon, Simon, I saw Satan fall like lightning, but I have prayed for you that your faith may not fail. And after you have overcome, you strengthen your brothers. In fact, he said, I saw Satan fall like lightning. He's asking for you that he may sift you like wheat. And then in the next verse, he says, but I've prayed for you that after you have overcome, you will turn and return. You will go back and strengthen your brothers. And so this was Jesus. Now, in most cases, when you look at that story from Peter's perspective, you feel like, this is far from me. But you see, that is not Peter. These stories were recorded for us to relate with them and for us to actually learn something from them. So while there is Simon, put your name. But before you even put your name, imagine you're here with Jesus. Your name is Peter. Most people call you Peter. And then this time, Jesus even calls you by your surname, meaning he's trying to get your attention. It's like when you're home, like if I'm home and my mom says, at whom is it? At whom is it? Like they never call me that name. And so you know this is an important conversation that your Lord is going to have with you. So he says, Simon. And he didn't call him once. He says, Simon, Simon. It was something that was very important. Peter did not have to miss any point in that conversation. It was very brief. And so having got his attention, you can even call yourself and say, polite. And then you say, yes, Lord. So Simon, Simon. And so he called him. And then Simon turned and he said, I saw Satan fall like lightning. Imagine when the devil himself is coming for you. Most of us even fear demons. When they tell you have demons, you want to cry. But Peter was going to have to deal with the greatest test of his time. And the devil himself was not sending delegates. He was coming down to fight with Peter. And so Jesus warned him and said, Simon, your faith is going to be tested. And I know most of us have been in situations like that where you feel like whatever you are battling with right now, it is not a demon, it is the devil himself. The devil can come down and is trying to fight your life. It is trying to fight your health. It is trying to, for Peter, it was the test of his faith. That is why Jesus said, I've prayed that your faith does not fail. It was a test of his faith. But the rest of us have been tested in different ways. It can be the test of your marriage. It can be the test of your business. It can be the test of your personality, you as an individual. It can be the test of your health. The devil can attack your health and you feel like I am fighting with the devil himself. Now you are the Peter. And Jesus said, I saw Satan fall like lightning. And he says he wants to swift you. I actually have my mom's, or Gary, I don't know what they call it in English. Sifting is like... sometimes you can call it okjejena, okwera is winnowing, but this thing does all those things. If I do like this, I am removing the chaff. That one goes. That's not sifting. Sifting is if I do this, if you can see very well, when this is what the devil wanted to do with Peter. In our traditional way, that is sifting. If I keep doing more like this, you will realize that on my basket, this is millet, by the way, for those who have never seen millet. As the devil is sifting and sifting, it is going to bring out the best and the worst in you. Because when you try to sift any kind of cereal, the good seed goes on one side, and the bad things like the stones, the broken pieces, they go on the other side. And so sifting brings out the best in you, and it also brings out the worst in you. So when this millet is all together, you can't know its composition. Like this was how Peter was, like still and calm. He has the strength and weaknesses, they are all together. But what the devil wanted to do was, he was like, give me Peter, let me show forth the worst in this man. Because you see, for Peter, there's no way the devil, when the devil is the one sifting, he will be wanting to embarrass you, to bring forth the worst in you. Just like if I brought this millet and I said, let me show you the best and the worst in this millet. All that I need to do is to do this. And as I'm doing this, the best part of the millet is coming this side, and the worst part, as you can see, the stones, the sand are this side. And so this is what the devil does. The mission of the devil is, of course, the devil can never singulate. If it is the Lord sifting, he will be bringing the best out of you and helping you get rid of the worst. That is if it is the Lord himself sifting you. But if the devil is sifting you, he just wants to embarrass you. Remember Peter, Jesus had already warned him, he's the rock. This is the rock that Jesus was saying, this is my son, I am well pleased with him. On him I will build a church. He had faith to walk on water. So the devil was like, let me embarrass you. People think you are prayerful. People think that you actually can go. People think that you believe in God. Let me bring the worst in you. Let me embarrass you. That is what the devil wanted to do. And of course, for Peter, when the devil sifted him that day, at some point his faith failed. His faith failed and he denied Jesus. But the good thing is Jesus had prayed for him and warned him like he warns us every single day. And so when Peter's faith failed, for a moment, he remembered and he returned. He returned and his faith was restored and he repented. And so Jesus was preparing him for that tough moment, which Peter had to go through, when the enemy is facing him face to face and challenging exactly what he believes. And of course, Peter first said, I don't know him. He said it 3 times. And then he remembered that conversation with the Lord. And he knew this is the devil bringing out the worst in him and in me. And so what he did is he returned back to the Lord. Because you see, even if the devil has sifted you and embarrassed you, the devil can sift your business and say, oh, people have been saying you're a very good businessman. Let me make the business collapse. You will make one business venture and it will collapse everything. And people who had been saying, oh, this man is a good business person, will laugh at you. The devil can attack your marriage, one small thing, and make everything collapse. Just to embarrass you, it sifts you like this. And the next morning you wake up and your wife has gone, or your husband has gone, or your child has become wild. Just to embarrass you, because the devil is in the process of sifting. The devil can play and mess up with your health. It can give you one sickness after the other, so that you feel like, really, why am I praying? Why am I this? It is sifting you. But this is what we do. We continue to trust in the Lord like Peter. Because Jesus told him, one, I want you to overcome. Because when you are with God, no matter how much the devil sifts you, because like I said, the Lord, when the Lord is changed, he is bringing out the best in us. And that is the beauty with God. But when the devil is sifting, he wants to bring out the worst in us and discourage us from continuing the journey of our faith. But Jesus told Peter, I have prayed for you that your faith may not fail. And it is his prayer for us all the time, that no matter what you're going through, your faith will not fail. But when the Lord has given you victory, like the way he gave it to Peter, because you see, Peter repented and was restored back to the family of faith. He didn't just do that for Peter just to go back and feel sweet and be nice. Like the way, if the Lord has given you victory, don't just make, some of us just go, you make a customized number plate with overcomer. It is written on your car. Or in the windscreen, you say overcomer. You go in your house and you write overcomer, children of God. Nothing can stand against me. That is one. But don't stop on just making customized car number plates with overcomer word. No. Jesus told Peter, there's another reason why I'm giving you victory over this battle. I want you that after you have overcome, when you have fought that battle and you have won it, don't stop there. Don't waste your battle. Don't make the devil feel like he didn't. Because when the devil made Peter deny Jesus, that was 1-0 in favor of the devil. When Peter came back to Christ, that was 0-0 now for both of them. But then Jesus was saying, no, go ahead and win further. How? By using your victories and your testimonies to strengthen your brothers. Because he said, I have prayed for you that after you have overcome and returned, you will go back and strengthen your brothers. Luke 22 verse 32 and 31 and 32. So Jesus helps us win these battles, so that we don't just sit back and relax and just keep singing kumbaya. No, but we may use our testimonies, our victories, to go back and strengthen our brothers. I am so sure the devil regretted the day he ever touched Peter. Why? Because when Peter came back to the faith, he became one of the greatest apostles of his life. He helped people whose faith was being tested and tried to actually come back to the Lord. The devil was attacking one man, Peter, so that his faith may fail. Peter's faith was rekindled and rebuilt. Peter went back and brought thousands and thousands of people to the faith. So that was like 3-4-10-0 in favor of Peter. And that is what Jesus wants us to do. Don't let the devil feel like he did not do. If the devil touched your marriage and now it has been restored, don't sit back and cover yourself under the blanket. No, help everybody whose marriage is struggling, so that the devil regrets that day it touched you. If the devil touched your life, tested your family with poverty, and you groped in poverty for years and years, and now you have come back and you're back to wealth and God has restored you, don't sit back and hide. No, use that testimony so that you help all the poor people in your village, so that the devil will be like, hey, I touched the wrong person and now I'm losing. Use your testimony to embarrass your enemy. Don't waste your battles. Don't sit back. After you have overcome, Jesus said, go back and strengthen your brothers. You see, even me, when I overcame the fear of elevators, now I am strengthening everybody who is going through the effects of rural urban migration. Anyone who doesn't know how to use lifts, I help them. Why? Because I overcame that. And it is my prayer. So ask yourself, for all the victories that the Lord has given you, what have you been doing with them? Who have you helped because of your victory? Who have you helped win the battle that you have won already? So when the Lord gives you victory, He's not just giving it for you to go home and just sing praises and that is it. No, He's giving it to you that yes, you go home and sing praises, but then you look out for those who are going through the similar battles and you strengthen them and you help them. That is the mission of testimony. So don't waste your battle. Don't sit back with your testimony. Use it like Peter to strengthen those who are going through similar situations. So once again, like I said, anytime you want a place to go for vacation, please come to Mitoma. Mitoma is a very beautiful place, and you will be received and welcomed by my people. May God bless you.